All right, today we're jumping into a story that's, well, it's pretty mind-bending. It comes from Vladimir Megre's book, The Space of Love, and it's all about this woman living deep, deep in the Siberian wilderness. A woman whose very existence and abilities basically flip everything we think we know about reality on its head. Her name is Anastasia.
So, that's the million-dollar question, right? Who is this woman really? Is she just a hermit, some kind of wise sage, or is she something we don't even have a word for yet? Okay, let's follow the author, Vladimir, on his journey and see what he uncovers.
And look, right off the bat, Anastasia hits us with this. I mean, what does that even mean? It's not an answer at all, is it? It's more like she's flipping the question back on us. This tells you right away that this whole journey is going to be less about finding facts and more about, well, completely changing how you see things.
So the whole thing kicks off with the author's personal quest. You've got this modern guy venturing into these vast, ancient Siberian forests. And he's not just looking for a person, you know? He's about to come face to face with a way of living that is just completely alien to our own. And here's what's wild. This isn't some made-up fairy tale land. Nope, there's a real spot on a map. And getting there, it'll cost you a lot. We're talking 500,000 rubles, which for an average Russian is an entire month's salary. The demand to meet her is so insane that the locals are cashing in. It kind of grounds this whole unbelievable story in a very real, tangible way.
And this slide just lays it all out, doesn't it? The huge clash of worlds. On one side, you have Vladimir's world, which is really our world. Powdered baby food, disposable diapers, little plastic toys, arguing over legal codes. And then there's Anastasia's world. Mother's milk, the entire forest is a playground, universal truths instead of legal battles. It's the ultimate showdown between our technocratic society and a life completely woven into nature.
Okay, so this is where things get really intense. Turns out Vladimir isn't the only one looking for Anastasia. Suddenly this posse shows up, a group of uninvited guests, as the book calls them. We're talking scientists, security guards, and they are not there to have a friendly chat.
The head scientist, this guy Boris Moisevich, just lays it out there. Notice, he's not asking, he's telling her. This is a done deal. Their goal isn't to understand her, it's to capture her, to study her, basically to treat her like a scientific specimen. And what happens next is just straight out of science fiction. They try to grab her, and she unleashes these powers that make no sense. First, she just looks at a stone and poof, it turns to sand. Then a guard actually shoots at her, and the bullets literally dissolve in midair. And then, get this glowing, pale blue sphere of light comes down from the sky, heals a cut on her head, and just takes over the whole scene.
But it's not over. Not by a long shot. After this, energy ball envelops them, the whole group gets pulled into this shared vision. And it is absolutely terrifying. One of the guys later said it was like being shown what hell is really like. So here's the core of this horrific vision. Their minds get ripped away from their bodies. They're just watching, completely powerless. They're forced to see their own bodies acting on the ugliest, most basic instincts, doing terrible things, and turning this beautiful forest into a disgusting mess. Can you imagine? Being trapped, a helpless spectator to your own dark side running wild. It's just chilling.
So that crazy, terrifying vision, it actually leads right into Anastasia's broader philosophy. She starts explaining that there are these powerful, invisible spiritual energies all around us. And these energies, she says, can be preserved for thousands and thousands of years.
She uses these ancient stone structures, called dolmens, as an example. Now, we might look at them and think, oh, an old tomb. But to Anastasia, no way. She says they're more like spiritual batteries. Places where wise people from long ago went into a kind of eternal meditation, preserving their spirit and their wisdom for anyone who comes later.
And this isn't just some abstract philosophical idea for her. She makes it super personal for Vladimir. She tells him, hey, you remember when you fell into that ravine? Well, she claims it was the spirit of her ancient ancestor, her foremother, preserved in one of those dolmens that created an invisible cushion and literally saved his life.
So Anastasia's abilities aren't just about self-defense or these big cosmic ideas. The book shows us another side of her power. How just her words, the way she speaks, can completely change someone's life, right down to their physical health.
Take the story of this little girl, Anyuta. Before Anastasia, her life was pretty bleak. She was really sick with a heart condition, no energy, no hope. But after just one single conversation with Anastasia, A total 180. She's not only healthy and strong, but she's got this new spark. She starts taking charge, cleaning up her house, fixing things in her village, a complete transformation.
So, what was the magic here? A secret herb? Some kind of energy healing? Nope. According to the book, it was just these words. The idea is that the thought behind her words was so pure, so sincere, that it had the power to literally rewrite the girl's future. All right, now we get to what might be the most radical idea in the entire book. It's how Anastasia is raising her son, who is also Vladimir's son. And it is completely different from anything we would even recognize as parenting. So let's paint a picture of this kid's life. Forget a crib, he sleeps in the warm fur of a mother bear. Forget a baby monitor, a she-wolf stands guard and, apparently, communicates with him. His school, it's the whole universe. He learns by tasting flowers, touching everything, animals are his nannies, no toys, no schedules, no manufactured anything. It's just total immersion in the natural world.
And there's a name for this. Anastasia calls it the anti-system. The whole point, the big idea, is to not interfere. A parent's job isn't to teach or to structure their day or to give them things. It's just to get out of the way and let the child connect directly with, well, with what she calls the perfection of the creator's original design.
So, after all that, we land right back here with this big question. This whole story of Anastasia, it's packed with miracles, really out-there philosophies, and this incredible connection to the natural world. So what is it? Is it just a beautiful fairy tale, a metaphor, or is it a true story about a power that we've all forgotten we have? Maybe even a blueprint for a new way to live? The book never gives you a straight answer. It just kind of lays it all out and leaves it up to you to decide what to make of it all.